The year 2025 marked the end of an era for classic television, as several beloved sitcom stars left us forever. These weren't just actors, they were fixtures in American living rooms for decades, their catchphrases and characters embedded in pop culture. From the bar where everybody knows your name to operating rooms in Korea, from diners in Arizona to radio stations in Ohio, these performers brought laughter and heart to millions. Here are 8 sitcom actors who passed away in 2025. Mr. Baseball hung up his cleats. Bob Uecker died on January 16, 2025, just 10 days before what would have been his 91st birthday. While baseball fans knew him as the voice of the Milwaukee Brewers for 54 seasons, sitcom viewers remember him best as George Owens on the ABC series Mr. Belvedere, which ran from 1985 to 1990. The show featured Uecker as a sports writer and family man who hires a sophisticated English butler, played by Christopher Hewitt, to bring order to his chaotic Pittsburgh household. Uecker's self-deprecating humor and everyman charm made him perfect for the role, and he appeared in all 6 seasons alongside Eileen Graff, who played his wife, Marcia. Beyond sitcoms, Uecker became a cultural icon through his Miller Lite commercials, particularly the famous 1984 ad where he exclaims, "I must be in the front row," before the camera reveals he's sitting in the upper deck. He also immortalized the phrase, "just a bit outside," as broadcaster Harry Doyle in the Major League films. According to multiple reports, Uecker had been battling small cell lung cancer since early 2023, though he kept working as long as he could. His blend of comedy and authenticity never felt forced. Whether calling a Brewers game or delivering a punchline, he made everyone feel like they were in on the joke. Where everybody knew his name. On May 20, 2025, George Wendt passed away peacefully in his sleep at age 76. For 11 seasons on Cheers, Wendt wasn't just playing a character. He was Norm Peterson, the beer-loving accountant whose arrival prompted the entire bar to shout his name. The role earned him 6 consecutive Emmy nominations and made him one of television's most recognizable faces, appearing in all 275 episodes of the NBC sitcom from 1982 to 1993. Wendt's nephew, Jason Sudeikis, who created Ted Lasso, grew up watching his uncle perfect the art of the one-liner. A Chicago native who got his start at the Second City comedy troupe, Wendt brought genuine warmth to Norm, making him more than just a punchline about drinking. His delivery of Norm's witty comebacks became legendary. When asked how he was doing, Norm might respond, "It's a dog-eat-dog world and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear." The chemistry between Wendt and fellow barfly John Ratzenberger, who played mailman Cliff Clavin, created some of Cheers' most memorable moments. After the show ended, Wendt starred in his own short-lived sitcom The George Wendt Show in 1995, playing a car mechanic with a radio show. He also became a fixture in the recurring Saturday Night Live sketches about Chicago sports fans, alongside Chris Farley and Mike Myers. Sources indicate Wendt died from cardiac arrest, with congestive heart failure, coronary artery disease, and hypertension listed as underlying causes. Hot Lips said goodbye. Loretta Swit, who brought depth and dignity to Major Margaret Hot Lips Houlihan on MASH, died at her New York City home on May 30, 2025, at age 87. For the show's entire 11-year run from 1972 to 1983, Swit transformed what could have been a one-dimensional character into a fully realized woman, navigating military life and changing social attitudes. Her portrayal earned her 10 Emmy nominations and 2 wins in 1980 and 1982. Born Loretta Jane Swed to Polish immigrant parents in Passaic, New Jersey, she trained at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts and worked in regional theater before landing the role that would define her career. What made Swit's performance remarkable was her insistence on evolving the character beyond the initial hot lips stereotype. She actively worked with the writers to show Margaret as a skilled, dedicated professional rather than just a romantic foil. Co-star Alan Alda praised her efforts, noting how she pushed the writing staff to develop the character's complexity. By the show's later seasons, scripts referred to her as Margaret instead of Hot Lips, marking a significant shift in how the character was perceived. Swit appeared in all but 11 of MASH's 251 episodes, including the series finale, that drew over 105 million viewers. She was also cast as the original Christine Cagney in the Cagney and Lacey pilot movie, but her commitment to MASH prevented her from continuing when it became a series. Reports indicate she died of natural causes at her home, where she was found by her housekeeper at 10 a.m. Kiss My Grits. One last time, Polly Holliday, who made Kiss My Grits a national catchphrase as waitress Flo Castleberry on Alice, died on September 9, 2025, at her Manhattan home. She was 88. The Alabama-born actress played the brassy red-wigged waitress at Mel's Diner from 1976 to 1980, appearing in the first 4 seasons of the CBS sitcom. Her character became so popular that the network gave her a spin-off series called Flo in 1980, though it only lasted 1 season. Holliday earned 3 Emmy nominations for Alice and 1 for Flo. Plus, she won 2 Golden Globes for her work on the original series. Before Alice made her a household name, Holliday spent nearly 10 years with the Asolo Repertory Company in Sarasota, Florida, building a strong foundation in classical theater. She made her Broadway debut in 1974 in Murray Schisgal's comedy All Over Town, directed by Dustin Hoffman. Interestingly, Hoffman later consulted with Holliday while developing his performance for Tootsie, reportedly basing aspects of Dorothy Michaels on Holliday's Southern charm and comic timing. Her film work included memorable roles in Gremlins, where she played the wealthy and wicked Ruby Deagle, who meets her end via a tampered stair-lift chair, and Mrs. Doubtfire. In 1990, she received a Tony nomination for playing Big Mama in a Broadway revival of Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. According to sources, Holliday died from pneumonia after a decline in her health. She was the last surviving member of Alice's original principal cast. Dennis lost his menace. Jay North, forever remembered as television's original Dennis the Menace, died on April 6, 2025, at his home in Lake Butler, Florida. He was 73. North had been battling colorectal cancer for several years, and sources indicate his health deteriorated significantly in the month before his death. He was surrounded by his wife Cindy and her daughters, whom friends say he adored as the family he never had growing up. At just 6 years old, North won a nationwide casting search to play the mischievous Dennis Mitchell in the CBS adaptation of Hank Ketcham's beloved comic strip. The show premiered in October 1959 and ran for 4 seasons, with North appearing in all 146 episodes. Wearing his trademark overalls and striped shirt with his hair bleached platinum blonde, North became one of the most recognizable child stars of the era. However, the experience came at a tremendous cost. Years later, North revealed that his aunt and uncle, who managed him on set, subjected him to physical and verbal abuse when he made mistakes. He was instructed to claim he was younger than his actual age in interviews and endured intense pressure that no child should face. After Dennis the Menace was canceled in 1963, North struggled to find work in Hollywood, facing the typecasting that plagued many child actors. He eventually joined the Navy, worked in the health food industry, and became a corrections officer in Florida, where some inmates recognized him from the show. North later became involved with A Minor Consideration, an organization supporting former child actors, using his own difficult experiences to help others navigate similar challenges. The smartest person in the room. Lonnie Anderson, who played the savvy and stunning receptionist Jennifer Marlowe on WKRP in Cincinnati, passed away on August 3, 2025, just 2 days before her 80th birthday. Anderson died at a Los Angeles hospital following what her publicist described as an acute, prolonged illness, later revealed to be metastatic uterine leiomyosarcoma. Born in St. Paul, Minnesota, Anderson earned 2 Emmy nominations and 3 Golden Globe nominations for her portrayal of Jennifer on the CBS sitcom, which aired from 1978 to 1982. What made Jennifer Marlowe revolutionary was that she subverted the dumb blonde stereotype completely. She was by far the smartest and most competent person at the struggling radio station. Jennifer refused to do typical receptionist tasks like making coffee or taking dictation, and she used her intelligence to keep the station running despite her often incompetent coworkers. Anderson appeared in all but one of the show's 90 episodes, becoming a television icon in the process. Her personal life became tabloid fodder when she married actor Burt Reynolds in 1988. The relationship, which produced their son Quentin through adoption, ended in a messy 1994 divorce that kept Anderson in the headlines for years. She addressed this in her 1995 autobiography, My Life in High Heels, stating she wanted to write about the growth of a woman who survives. After WKRP, Anderson continued working in television movies and had recurring roles on shows like Home Improvement. Her final acting role came in the 2023 Lifetime movie Ladies of the 80s, A Diva's Christmas. Dee's final chapter. Danielle Spencer, who played the wisecracking younger sister Dee Thomas on What's Happening, died on August 11, 2025, at age 60. Spencer passed away at Chippenham Hospital in Richmond, Virginia, from gastric cancer and cardiac arrest, with her mother Cheryl and her brother, jazz musician Jeremy Pelt, by her side. Born in Trenton, New Jersey, Spencer was just 11 years old when she was cast as Dee on the ABC sitcom that ran from 1976 to 1979. As Raj Thomas's sharp-tongued little sister, Dee became a fan favorite with her deadpan roasts and her catchphrase, "Ooh, I'm gonna tell Mama." The show was groundbreaking as one of the first sitcoms to focus on the lives of black teenagers, and Spencer held her own against the older cast members. During the show's second season, tragedy struck when Spencer was involved in a car accident on the Pacific Coast Highway that killed her stepfather and manager, Tim Pelt. She spent 3 weeks in a coma and underwent 6 months of physical therapy, yet she returned to finish the series. After What's Happening ended, Spencer moved with her mother to the Ivory Coast before returning to attend college. She reprised her role as Dee in the sequel series What's Happening Now from 1985 to 1988 while pursuing her education. But Spencer's story didn't end with acting. She earned a bachelor's degree in marine biology from UCLA and then a doctorate in veterinary medicine from Tuskegee University in 1993. She practiced as a veterinarian in California and later Virginia, dedicating her life to animal welfare. In 2014, injuries from her 1977 car accident caused spinal stenosis that left her partially paralyzed for 8 months, requiring extensive rehabilitation. Her former co-star Haywood Nelson, who played Dwayne, called her a brilliant, loving warrior who finally found release from her suffering. The Last Goodbye. These 8 performers gave us more than entertainment. They gave us characters who felt like family. They made us laugh during difficult times, taught us lessons wrapped in humor, and became part of our shared cultural memory. Bob Uecker's everyman charm, George Wendt's lovable barfly, Loretta Sweet's groundbreaking portrayal of a military woman, Polly Holliday's sassy Southern waitress, Jay North's childhood mischief, Lonnie Anderson's smart and savvy receptionist, and Danielle Spencer's quick-witted little sister all left marks that won't fade. As we remember them, we're reminded that great sitcom acting isn't just about getting laughs. It's about creating moments of genuine human connection that last long after the cameras stop rolling. These artists understood that truth, and their work continues to bring joy to new generations discovering these classic shows. The laughter may have faded from their sets, but the joy they created lives on in every rerun, every streaming episode, and every time someone quotes their unforgettable lines.